Okay, so first we have the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Discs, the Sun, the King of Swords, the Four of Discs, Strength, the Empress, Six of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Discs. And below it all is, wow, the Wheel of Fortune. This is a really lovely reading, Libra. Let me put this up here. There we go. Okay. So. So right off the bat, Libra, you're missing something. You're working really hard at it, but you're missing it. You're missing the point. You're missing the whole point of everything that's going on. You have a lot of things that are shifting in your favor this month in October. Things that you have been questioning, wondering about are changing. Like in a way, answers are being given to you, but the main worry is that you're not going to see them and you're not going to get them. Because we have the Eight of Swords in the middle of it all. So this is, feeling trapped, a sense of depression, not being able to see outside of, self-inflicted darkness. And and it's one of those things of you're working really hard, you're toiling, you're doing the work, but you just don't feel like you're there. You're not in the right space, even though the universe has things in store for you and wants to get you back on your path. And you have a lot of tools. You understand mentally what you're supposed to be doing. And I think the problem here, we have the King of Swords in your subconscious. So I have this feeling that you keep saying the right things, you're acting the right way, but your heart and your spirit aren't behind you. Like, it's kind of, excuse my language, but you're kind of doing it half-ass. Like, no one will ever be the wiser. Libra, you're giving this portrayal of strength and knowing exactly what you're doing, and you probably do know what you're doing, and it's not a farce, but you just don't have the gumption behind you. Like, you really, you're saying, oh yeah, I really completely understand where I am, and I totally believe in Source, and, spiritually, I really feel guided by Spirit, but you're just saying that. You don't really feel that way. So it's, you're saying what you need to say to seem a certain way, even if you don't really agree with it. And you could be saying the exact opposite, and being like, you know what, I totally have this under control. Mentally, I'm just doing it like the mental work, and then spiritually, you're like flourishing and totally wanting to go to Source, but you're trying to do like this very cold, calculated action or portrayal of yourself. So it seems like, in a way, I feel like you're at odds. Yes, you're at odds, like you haven't found that balance yet. And the whole thing of this is that I feel like you are leading just to get approval of others. You're not doing what you need to do and what you're supposed to be doing because you want to impress some people or someone. But here we have the sun. We have the sun here, and you are shining so brightly, and you're giving like just this amazing light to everyone around you. I just want you to believe it. I want you to understand your own joy, your own light. Like, because this is like what everyone is seeing you like this. The sun. You are shining so radiantly. I mean, you have Jupiter in your sign for a year. It's time for you to use it. I really feel like this is important for you to see. Expansion. Let the light shine through. But you're at conflict. There's something at war within yourself. And in the past, maybe in the past 6 months to a year, like you haven't felt fully there yet. You feel like you've had to hoard your emotions, hoard who you are, hoard your finances, keep it all really close to yourself because you just didn't know what was going to happen. And, that's fine. As always, take care of yourself. Make sure you're financially in the position you need to be. But you need to let go of that a little bit. You're working hard. You don't need to keep counting your pennies, because you have strength over here. And this doesn't necessarily always mean that you have to have strength to endure. I feel like you've already built that up, that you already have a huge capacity for financial security. And you also, I feel like the universe is saying, we've got you. We have your back. Now, please let us lead you in the right direction. Because you're so fertile right now. I mean, this is just like amazing. Here we have the Empress. So if you have an idea, if you're trying to create something, it's time to birth it. It's time to give it to the world. And if you're in a relationship that is really loving and caring and you feel really comfortable in there, and I feel like a lot of Libras might have a really solid relationship right now, and that you're not accepting it in a way because we have the King of Swords in your subconscious, so it's like you're slicing and dicing and looking at it in a very mental, controlled situation. But if you are in a relationship that you feel really great about and want to move forward, then this is a time that you could definitely have children. So be careful if you don't want to have children. Anytime I see the Empress in certain space, it's definitely a sign of, okay, you're very fertile. You have to honor that. And you're surrounded by beauty, and you are beauty, and people kind of see you in that way of like, oh gosh, it's so nice to be around them. They just feel so good, so that's you. And people want to honor that. 6 of Cups, the world wants to give you this life that you are trying to manifest, and you've already had the strength to do so, and now the source wants to give that back to you. So in the Knight of Wands we have in Hope and Fears. So the Knight of Wands is often a messenger. I'd say like mid-20s, 30s, maybe late teens. Somebody who's younger in spirit. And a fire sign. So that would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So anyone who has that kind of fire energy, they're bringing in a message about, strength, about spirit, about vigor, about going forth and continuing on the path that you need to continue on with heart. And, also fire they're performance-esque, they have this quality of just, even when they're not on a stage, just being present like they are on a stage. So this message here, and like I'm looking out over here, it's looking out over your reading, and so in a way I keep coming back to this because I think this is like this is what your reading is about your life you have created, and you have the support of so many wonderful people around you, and you're not seeing it, and you're turning them away, and you keep like in your head, you're like, well, I'm working so hard at it. Yes, you are. Now sit back and enjoy what you have created. So take heed of this message that this Knight of Wands will be bringing into you. Pay attention to the signs around you. Yeah, and sometimes now understand, you will only know the signs. So let's say you ask Spirit for a sign about a relationship that you're in, if you should be with this person, and then you hear the name of that person over and over and over again. that doesn't necessarily mean that you're supposed to be with that person. Think of the context that you hear the name too. Like, let's say you're like Jonah. Should I be with Jonah? And then you hear somebody screaming, Jonah! And then you hear somebody crying, Jonah! And then you hear somebody in a movie going, Jonah's no good. Listen to the context that you're hearing the name and how it resonates with you. You know, because that is also a sign. And oftentimes we get that mixed up because we do have our, we want to, in a way, self-serve. So if we hear a sign and take it in context and take it in your heart space. Yes, bring it into your heart space and see how it resonates and sit with it. You don't always have to make a split decision. The world will provide you with the answer. And then at the end of the reading, we have the Queen of Discs, which is one of my favorite cards. I just think the way that this deck is called the Illuminated Tarot by Carol Hertzer, and the way she has designed it is just beautiful. I just love how the Queen of Discs is sitting there, surrounded by all this beautiful greenery. There's just a softness and warmth about her. And Libra, I do believe that this is you, that you finally find your own heart space. You finally find peace within yourself. And when you do that, I feel like you've been at turmoil with yourself. When you find peace within yourself, then you can truly love everything around you, and you can love those in your life. And you can manifest that love and that joy over and over and over again. Yes, Libra? So that, I think that's, you might have been saying things like, in September and possibly through a little bit of October of, I just feel like I've been working really hard and no one appreciates me. I feel like I've been trying to communicate with these people and they're not hearing what I have to say. I feel like people are taking advantage of my kindness. I feel like people don't understand my soul, my heart. And then by the end of it, you'll realize that all of these feelings that you've had about others is really a challenge of yourself, is really a challenge of finding those affirmations within you. And once you do that, you will be able to feel gratitude for this beautiful world that is around you, that is just supporting you. Okay, so let's see, added guidance for Libra. One more thing before I go here. The thing is I don't see any huge overarching issues going on in October. Like if you have a really solid relationship, I think it's going to flourish. If you are teeter-tottering on a relationship, then you're going to be able to make the right decision. Like the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn in your favor, whether it is you have to let them go, it's time, or if it's okay, you know what, I want to continue in space with these people. Work-wise, I feel like you're really, people are loving what you're doing. I think the only problem is you. You loving what you're doing and loving how you're doing it. And family, family looks supportive. And if family isn't supporting you, then you have a community that you can reach out to. Okay. Finances look okay. All right, this is the Angel Oracle deck. Okay. I've linked all the information below so you can check out these decks and buy them yourself. Angels, what is the added guidance you have for Libra? This one. It's this one. Okay. I'm sorry, my throat is a little raspy. I've been talking a lot, and I was sick in September, so I'm still, my voice is still recovering. Heart chakra. Let me show it to you. Heart chakra. Can we just say thank you, angels, because this is spot on. Let me read it to you. The answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. I don't even, Libra, I don't even need to say anything else. That sums it all up. I mean, I feel like if I had I do have a mic. I'm using it right now. I would love to drop it and just be like, boom, there you go. Yes, the answer you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. Listen to it. Listen to the guidance right there. That is spot on. So Libra, thank you so much.